Well, you're in luck, because what I found is this. Hello, I'm John, and this is Fun with Filmora.
Lights, camera, action!
Let's have some fun. I was on YouTube recently, and I watched a video that was titled Speed Up Your Video Editing. And what they showcased was two products. One was called the Loupedeck Live, and the other one was called the Elgato Stream Deck. And what they are two consoles that are standalone items that sit next to your keyboard or anywhere on your desk really. It doesn't have to be next to your keyboard, but what they do is, amongst a lot of other things, they can replicate the keyboard shortcuts. So for me, I thought that would be great, because even though Filmora provide you the option to edit your keyboard shortcuts, I can never remember them. I mean, I'm at a certain age where my memory is not the best anyway. I can just about remember what day of the week it is, to be honest with you. Is it Monday today? Anyway, I thought they're great, they look fantastic. So I went to find out more about them on the internet. It turns out that the Loupedeck Live, which is a custom console for live streaming, photo and video editing with customizable buttons and LED touchscreen, looks fantastic. It was actually £199.99 in the UK. The Elgato Stream Deck, which is a studio controller, it has 15 macro keys, trigger actions in apps and software like OBS, Twitch, YouTube and many more, was £139.99. Now I thought that was a bit pricey, but all I wanted was a keyboard shortcut replicator. There are other options out there that look like a small keyboard and you can customize the keys, but you can't actually see what those keys are. They're not lit up, it has no writing on or anything like that. It's just a blank keyboard. So again, I'd forget which key is which. So I set myself a task of finding out if there was anything else on the market that could do what I want, and that is to replicate keyboard shortcuts in a bright visual manner, and it's easy to use, easy to set up and easy to edit. Well, you're in luck, because what I found is this. Not the tablet, but the software on the tablet. It's called Matrix or Matrix. I'm going to call it Matrix throughout this video. And what it does, it basically does exactly the same as what the two products I showed you earlier can do, and much more. It's highly configurable. You can have any layout you want. You can customize each button. You can make volume controls, and I'll show you a video after this intro on how you can use it. I'll also put the links to the downloads in the description below. The other great thing about this software is it will run on both a mobile phone or a tablet, but it's Windows only. So you download software to your computer, you download the app on your tablet or phone, link them up, edit and configure the settings and the buttons on your PC. Once saved, automatically shows up on the screen in your phone and tablet. Now I had an old tablet lying around. This is a generic make. It's nothing fancy. It's quite cheap, or it was quite cheap, and it was quite slow, so I was concerned that the software wouldn't actually work on it. To my amazement, it's perfect. It works perfectly and it's great. The best thing about it, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's an amazing piece of software. It really is. I'm sure you'll benefit from it. And I've also created a template that works perfectly on Filmora with all the shortcuts and all the keys that I use most frequently, and I'll actually put a download to that template in the description below, so you don't even have to do any setup on the software. You can download my template, import it into the software, and you're good to go. I hope you like what you see. let's dive right in. The first thing I'm going to do is drag some media from the stock media library that has audio attached to it. I'll then press play and that will play the video. I'll now increase and decrease the volume by dragging on the volume icon. Pressing on the middle mutes and unmutes the audio. The play button both plays and pauses the video. Go to Home sends the playhead back to the beginning of the video. Go to End sends the playhead to the end of the video. Scrub left moves quickly frame by frame through the video. Scrub right does exactly the same, but obviously to the right. Zoom in increases the size of the timeline. And zoom out decreases the size of the timeline. Fit timeline makes the clip fill the timeline window. Detach audio separates the audio from the clip. Add freeze frame takes that one frame and stretches it across multiple frames, giving you a static image. Undo removes your last action. And redo adds your last action back. Crop and zoom opens the crop and pan and zoom window. I'm now just going to make a couple of cuts in the timeline. The delete button deletes the highlighted clip and leaves a gap. I'll just undo that last action so I can show you the next button. Ripple delete deletes both the highlighted clip and the gap. Again, I'll just undo that last action. I'm going to highlight the center clip, choose a piece of footage in my media and click Insert. This inserts that media between the two clips in the timeline. I'll just undo that last action again. I'm now going to place an effect on the middle cut clip and press play to view it. That looks good. I'll press play again to pause. Choose the clip with the effect and press copy effects. Now choose the clip you want that effect on and press paste effects. Let's play that and see what it looks like. Yeah, that looks great. Previous edit point takes you to the cut before the playhead. And next edit point takes you to the cut after the playhead. And that's how to use the amazing Matrix software. I'll now show you how to create your own deck. When you have downloaded, installed and opened Matrix, you'll see a workspace similar to this. You won't see my deck on the left hand side of Fun with Filmora, but there may be a list of other decks there as well. I deleted the ones that I didn't need. So for example, the default template, the default control templates are where you can add your buttons and your volume icons, etc. The second one is a Netflix remote that is standard that you can use. And then obviously I've got mine. But I'm going to show you how to build your own from scratch. And the way we do that is we click on New on the top left hand side. This creates a grid for us. We then want to go to the default control templates. And this is where we can choose what we want on our deck. So for example, the volume control. Click and hold on that and drag it over to a square. If you want to make it bigger, as I did, click and drag. Now on the right hand side are the properties of that icon. What we need to do to let it control the volume is go down to value change. Because it's a volume, it'll be increasing and decreasing It's classed as a value change. Click on there. Choose the action in the drop down box, and that will be set volume. And then we add that. When you have added set volume, click on it and make sure it's for playback and it's your device. Okay, we'll now add a couple of buttons. So let's choose a square button. Click and hold and drag that on, and we'll call this save. And this will be our save action. Sorry, our save button. As you can see, the text is a little bit big to fit in the button, so what we need to do is go to our control properties and text and change the font size by clicking on there and dragging it down until we're happy with the size, about there. Now we need to make that button save on press. So click button press. I'll just close this up so you can see it better. Choose an action, which is a hotkey, which is the same as a keyboard shortcut, and add that. We now need to click on the hotkey and choose our keyboard combination, which is Control S. That's that button done. How easy was that? Let's do another one. Click and drag, and we'll make this our play and pause button. Now you see the text is way too big, and we like play and pause on different lines. So you need to put the cursor at the beginning of the P and press Shift and Enter on your keyboard. That stacks them on top, but again, still a bit too big. So we need to go to text and change the font size down until we're happy that it'll fit in there. That looks fine. We also want to distinguish this button from that button, so I'll change the color of the text here. And the way you do that is text color. The default is grey. Let's change it to a nice lime green color. There we go. How easy was that? And you just keep doing that right throughout your deck, and you can create your own deck for all your keyboard shortcuts. Once you're happy with that and you've got your deck here, new deck, or you can rename that. Just call it my deck, and there's all your controls, and you can click on each one and edit them again if you need to. What you need to do then, I'll just close this up so you can see, is click on save, and that creates a new deck. Sorry, I've spelled that wrong. That should be my deck, but that's not a problem, because you can click on the little icon there, go back to deck and rename it. Once you're done, save again, and you can see that's changed the title. Now if I want to load my one back into the window, I click on the icon, and you can see that's loaded all mine, so I can re-edit all mine if I want to. If you want to edit the one that you've created, click on my deck or whatever you call it and click on that icon there. There you go. If you no longer need that one, or there's a lot of others in here you don't need, you can simply click on the little trash can and that'll delete that for you. When you've finished editing, don't forget to always save. Once you've finished editing and you're happy and you've saved your new deck, you can go to your tablet or phone, install the software available that I will put in the link in the description below. They will then have to be connected to each other, but by doing the installation on the desktop and the installation of the app on the phone or tablet, that will set that up for you automatically. And then when you open the app on your phone or tablet, you'll be able to see your new deck. You choose your deck and that will load it, and it will work straight away. Again, once you're finished with your deck and you're happy with it, once you've saved it, you can also export it and save it somewhere safe. So if something happens and you get an update and the software crashes, you can always import it back in and you've got it to go. Another good thing is if you click on Get More Online, there are literally hundreds of pre-made templates. The only trouble is a lot of them are for different programs, not video editing, except one, which is Adobe Premiere Pro and maybe OBS Stream. That might work. But it's used for flight simulators, as you can see here, a basic tablet layout, another flight sim, modern buttons. There's hundreds. And you can search for them. So let's try Adobe Premiere Pro. So I'll just put Adobe in and do search. Yes, and there's 2 Premiere Pro landscapes. And what you do if you'd like one of them is import. That'll take a second. It tells you it's imported. Go back to your decks and you'll now see there's a Premiere Pro landscape there now. You can move that across for editing. And again, you can click on all of these and choose the default button presses or keyboard shortcuts. But again, that's more specific to Premiere Pro. Don't forget, if you don't want it, you can always click on the trash can there to delete. And that's it. Nice and easy. Have fun. I hope you enjoy it. This video was created with Wondershare Filmora 11. You can download it for free in the description below. So why not give it a go? Thanks for watching. Now go enjoy.